Welcome to Challenging Classics. My name's Ian and welcome to our latest video. Just a short one for you today. In the last video that I did, you saw me building a Blue Bricks cabin scooter. And yeah, you followed my journey on building that and here it is, right? This is the Blue Bricks cabin scooter. Now, when I was building that, I told you that actually this cabin scooter, they make no reference to it, do Blue Bricks, that this is actually based on the BMW Isetta 300, which is a car that I'm really fortunate to actually own and I have in the garage. But the question is, although they based it on the Isetta 300, the BMW Isetta 300, how good a representation is this model? How good is it compared to the real thing? Well, you know, you can see clearly it is a Lego model and, you know, so it's going to have its limitations. But I thought it would be worth comparing how this Lego or Blue Bricks, because I can't use the word Lego, how this actually compares to the real thing, given that I've got the opportunity to do that. I have it in the garage. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to go and take this outside. We're going to get the Isetta out of the garage and we'll give it a good comparison. We'll see, you know, if we open the door at the front, what does it look like inside the real Isetta? How does it compare to this? Oh, look, it's even got a handle on there. The steering column hinges on this one. It's got the pedals down there. It's got the gear lever. Can you see that? The gear lever in there. How does this compare to the real thing? I think that is something that's worth looking at. You know, the headlights, the indicators. If we open up the back, because we can take that off, how does it compare engine-wise to the real thing? Now, I think it's a pretty good representation, but I think I need to get the real thing out and show you how this actually compares so that you can draw your own conclusion. Yeah, so let's go get the real Isetta out the garage and get started with our comparison. So here we are outside and I have the real Isetta now out of the garage and here it is. Here is the real Isetta. This is a BMW Isetta 300. It is British built, so it's built in Brighton at the Brighton factory and it's the car that saved BMW. This particular example was manufactured in 1958 and you can see there was its first tax disc running out in 1959. Now obviously it's a different colour to the Blue Bricks one, but they did do that exact colour scheme of red and white, and there was a red and white example was sold at Historics online auction very recently. So mine is blue, but the Blue Bricks is red and white. And where is the Blue Bricks? Let's go and find it. So how do we get into the Isetta? Well, we get in through the front door. We open the front door like this. Oh, and it hinges. Now, didn't we just see that on the Blue Bricks Isetta? There are the pedals. There's the handbrake. I don't know if it had a handbrake lever. There is the gear lever. It even has a fuel tap here. So that fuel tap turns the fuel on and also puts it in reserve. The battery is underneath the seat and next to that is the battery cut off. To the other side is the brake master cylinder. But a very basic car. It also has, so here is the Blue Bricks. So in the Blue Bricks model, guess what? I have a sunroof. There's my sunroof and there's my seat and my, oh, I've broken it. That's the only problem. The door is a little fiddly. let me put that back together. There you go, the door is back together with the hinging steering column, which looks very similar to this. There's the door handle on the back of the door. There it is on the back of my door. What a great copy. You can't see the battery under the seat, and I don't think, no there isn't, because there's no shelf. You can't see the petrol tap, but behind the seat there is a spare wheel. Now, does my car have a spare wheel behind the seat? Let's have a quick look, shall we? So you can pull the seat forward. Oh, and look, I don't have the spare wheel, but there is the well for the spare wheel, so they've even replicated that. And yes, the sunroof on the Blue Bricks, clearly it's built out of Lego, so it's solid. On this one, it's fabric, but a sunroof nonetheless. And you can make that go all the way back if you do it like this. So there we go. Very, very similar. Very similar. If I shut the door and we're going through the roof, there we go. Oh, there's no fluffy dice in the Blue Bricks. But the gear lever, the pedals, etc. Let's take a similar view on the Blue Bricks model. Put it round there. Have a look through the sunroof. There we go. So, the Blue Bricks, so far, a really good representation. Let's carry on. Where will you find the engine on an Isetta? On the Blue Bricks, we can quite clearly see it's behind the seat. In fact, if I take the... There we go, there is the engine. Now, the problem we have with my Isetta is... oh, there is no mechanism. You might think that might pull the back up, but no, the back doesn't open. But the engine is actually underneath this cover, this parcel shelf. So if I undo this, and actually before I do that, look at that round shape vents on the side. And have they replicated that in the Blue Bricks? Yes, they have. There it is, look. And the engine is sat behind. So yes, they copied it very well. Look at the headlight, look at the mirrors, look at the indicators. Headlight, mirror, indicators. And there's the round bit. And my engine is sat behind here. Let me take it off. Remove this for you. There we go. Remove that cover. Put it over here. There is the engine. And I can't get it out of the Blue Bricks now. It's pretty difficult. But there we go. One engine. And actually, if we look under here, it's not dissimilar to the way the Blue Bricks has been done. Not dissimilar. So, a really, really, really good copy. So I think Blue Bricks have done a really good job. Let's have a look at the back. We have two lights and a chrome bumper. So do I on my Isetta. So again, a very good copy. Very good copy. I don't have the bag on the back. That's because I don't have the optional roof rack. But there we go. Chrome bumper, brake lights. It's all a really, really good copy. However, there is one difference. Mine, being British built, and even though it's left-hand drive, has only one wheel at the back. It's a three-wheeler. The Blue Bricks, they have built this and based it on the original Isetta, which had two wheels. Oh dear, two wheels at the back. And I need to put the bumper back on. Fortunately, it fits fairly easily on this, as it does on the Isetta. So what BMW did to get around a lot of regulations, allow this to be driven on a motorbike licence with motorbike levels of tax, etc., was they removed one of the wheels from this car. and so now a lot of them only were 3-wheelers rather than 4-wheelers. The Blue Bricks, I didn't bother to modify it, but there we go. What other levels of detail do we have? Again, we've got the mirror, the headlight, the indicator. Then under here, there is they haven't replicated this, they haven't replicated the chain case, but they have replicated the right place for the exhaust to come out. So the exhaust comes out here on the left hand side, and if we check the Blue Bricks model, where does the exhaust exit the car? Let's have a look. Oh look, there it is on the left hand side, and we've actually got something resembling an all. It's also got the right hubcaps in the centre of the wheel, hubcap in the centre of the wheel. So overall, and if we look at the shape of the Blue Bricks in comparison, yes, it's a little bit more angular, but it's very, very true to life. Very true to life. I think they've done a phenomenal job with this. Really, really phenomenal, considering it's built out of angular bricks, and this is quite a rounded car. There you go. Look. Pretty good representation. So that's why I was really excited to build this model and to get it done, because I think it is a really good copy and representation of the BMW Isetta 300, Brighton built, 1958. My car has the sliding windows down the side. You can see that. Well, you couldn't actually. There's the sliding windows. So sliding windows down the side. Blue Bricks doesn't have sliding windows, but they have basically produced the same design as you'd expect. The sunroof, when it's folded up, looks like that. It looks like that on my car. So a really, really good representation of this fabulous little car. And maybe for those of you that weren't aware of a BMW Isetta, you've learned a little bit, because this is a quick walk round on a BMW Isetta. The engine here, that's a 300cc single cylinder motorbike engine. There's your carburetor here, there's your washer bottle, behind that is the coil. This is what they call a Dynastart. So the Dynastart that's really advanced for its time. The Dynastart basically is a set of points behind there. It's a dynamo, so it charges the engine, and it's also the starter motor, all built into this. Who'd have thought they'd have designed that in 1958? Spark plug is on the top of the engine. The exhaust is over the other side. Off the back of the engine sits the gearbox. So the gearbox is at the back of the engine over there. And then that drives the single rear wheel via a chain which runs through, as we've seen it before, this chain case. And this cable here is the handbrake cable. So there you are. The real Isetta meets the Blue Bricks Isetta. If you've enjoyed this little video, please give it a like, subscribe and share. We're always keen to get new subscribers to the channel. Our mission is to get to 1,000. Currently we're about 267. It would be really good to get there quickly. So if you can help us out by doing that, it would be really, really appreciated. Hope you've liked the video of my Blue Bricks and real Isetta, and see you all very soon.